Here we go. One step at a time, don't be living on the line. I don't need a friend, I got morbid on the mind. Sunshine in my brain, making everyone complain.
Ready?
Ready, Freddie.
Hello and welcome to week 13 of our semi-weekly vlog now.
Bi-monthly, right?
Bi-monthly, but we skipped a week.
Oh,
so,
that's right. We
yeah.
did skip a week. Why did we skip a week, Mr. Stueve?
We skipped a week because I was out of town. I was out of town doing a reading for my book, and there was a screening of this movie that was based on a story that I wrote, and I had to go, and it was a good time, and I was out of town, and now I'm back in the real world.
It's very exciting for him. He has this whole other life outside the classroom. I'm being serious. I'm not. It's like...
It is kind of exciting.
It's very exciting. It's very exciting. It's a life that I wish I had. I have no excitement in my life out of this room.
I beg to differ.
The most exciting thing that has happened to me this month was today when a student told me that he said, Mr. House, I don't think I've ever told you this, but you're pretty much my favorite teacher of all time. That's the most exciting thing that's happened to me all month.
That's good. That's good stuff. Yeah. I haven't had anything that exciting.
You had a film screening and a book reading last week. What are you talking about?
Okay, that was exciting.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh! Will you just let yourself be famous and get over it? Stop being humble.
It's this stupid Americanism.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Puritan.
Yeah.
The Puritan chickens come home to roost.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is. I shouldn't be. I'm not Puritan at all.
I know.
I mean, but here it is. Modesty.
Very exciting though. We're very happy for you.
Thank you.
So that's why we didn't record last week, and this week we have no questions because our companion student vlog is taking the week off.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we decided that our tens of fans would suffer if they had to wait one more week without hearing from us.
We thought they'd survive. A couple of them might die, but you know, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
That's
so,
true.
So.
Wait, are you saying that people should die if they don't see us?
I'm saying that they might, because it's so horrible to miss us.
Yeah, but when you said where it's like you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
I'm mixing metaphors. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
At the end of a long week.
Yeah.
I mean, election week. Should we talk about
Election week. Election week. You know, it was really, I stayed up way past my bedtime. Been going to bed at 9 o'clock pretty consistently.
Wow.
Stayed up till 11 on election night, watching all the coverage. Because I had assigned my pop culture classes, they had to watch at least 15 minutes of election coverage and take notes on it. And then we're going to talk about, did you see bias in the journalists? Did you see...
No.
My favorite was when Brian Williams said, $1 billion spent in advertising in this presidential campaign. I can't help but think what disease we would be closer to curing if that money had been spent. I'm like, Brian Williams, bias.
he might, as biased as that is, that's probably one of the most journalistic things.
It really, that's true. I mean, it really is. Why are we spending our resources on the right things?
And that's what journalism should do. When it comes to, if it's going to be biased, it should be biased in helping the masses.
Right.
So pointing out the fact that billions of dollars was spent on these ads, and a good chunk of them, half of them lost.
Well, and at some point, doesn't it become white noise?
Yeah.
I mean, you can spend $1 billion on advertising, but it just becomes white noise.
Well, I mean, I think that was proven beyond a shadow of a doubt this time with how much money the right spent on ads. It was more.
Sure.
It was far more than the left, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was far more. I think they were pretty equal.
Were they?
I do.
Oh,
I thought they were pretty
maybe
equal.
it was. Maybe I'm thinking like on a state to state, senator to senator level.
Perhaps. I honestly haven't seen anything about that.
Well, either way, I mean, however much money they spent, I mean, for the far right, it didn't work.
Sure.
Obviously.
Sure. It did in some Senate races.
Yeah,
it did in some House races. The Republicans got the House. They kept the House.
They kept it. But overall, though,
sure.
I mean, I think this election proved that this is a different country than a lot of people thought it was.
Yeah. In a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of ways. I think it also proved that math is cool. Because Nate Silver, who runs the New York Times 538 blog, I think he got everything right except for like one Senate race.
I think maybe he's the one I heard on NPR was talking about the reason that that he thought the reason that the Republicans lost overall was twofold. One, we're not living in the country they think we're living in.
Sure.
And two, they were listening to, the politicians were listening to the pundits. When the pundits were saying, we're gonna win this is gonna be a landslide.
Sure.
None of the numbers were saying that.
Right.
But they were still listening to that, like, and so
And so it affected their strategy. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really interesting that to look at that. Nate Silver was on The Daily Show the night after the election, and he was kind of talking about math. Baseball guy, by the way. That's how you got to start into statistics. So kids, take math, because then you can be on The Daily Show one day.
And I want to be on The Daily Show one day.
You will be for your book and your movie.
Cross my fingers.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of a long week with the election and professional development today. Early dismissal day for the students. Some students like to call it a half day. I like to remind them that if it was a half day, they'd be going home at 11 o'clock in the morning.
I like to do that too.
It's an early dismissal day. You get out 2 hours early.
That's not half?
That's not half. I think
That's not even half.
No, I think I went on this rant last year too on the blog. Anyway, so we had, I thought it was a great professional development because we got to collaborate with teachers in other departments. And so I worked with AP government teacher and AP US teacher, and we talked about writing and books that we read in English that would completely coincide with the things that they're teaching over there. And so I felt it was effective for me anyway.
I collaborated with the choir teacher.
Yeah?
And I collaborated with an English teacher.
Way to go.
That was good. I was a little bit out of my comfort zone. A little bit.
Why?
Because I don't teach choir or English.
I think that's the point. I don't teach, you don't teach English. He's trying to bait me. Yeah, and I lost it because I'm just so used to it being normal to tell him that he doesn't teach English. So, anyway, so we'll see you in a couple weeks. Happy Turkey Day if we don't see you before then.
Here we go.